Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Falcons and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
A city known for its incredible skyline, its nightlife and beaches, today centered around this venue, Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And finally, Brock, we can say it. Football is back. Look at that. We didn't even practice that. Wins and losses don't quite count just yet, partner. But for a lot of people, us included, we are just happy to see games being played once again.
Yeah, it's been a long wait for fans of the sport. And it's one thing to have a draft and OTAs. It's another to actually start hitting one another. And I know for these guys on the field, they can't wait to hit somebody else. And it's also the time to fight for roster spots and start.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway at Hard Rock. Washington now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. Bringing them out to former number 2 overall pick out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
That's brought in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Taken in by Smith. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. DeMarco Hellams there on the stop. Falcons going nickel to defend this 3rd down play. They'll motion him out of the backfield. He's got Smith. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Takes it in at the 26. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the 8th pick in the draft. The lefty who led your alma mater, Washington, to the national championship game, Brock, Michael Penix Jr.
I think it's fair to say that the lefty out of Washington, Michael Penix, was the biggest surprise of the first round of the NFL draft back in April. Yeah, people had him slotted in that first round, and his stock continued to climb as he put on a show in the offseason. But to go number 8 overall with an established quarterback and Kirk Cousins in place, it still surprised many. But I'll say this, Kate, I've been around the game a long time, seen a lot of young men throw the football out of school, and there's not many that can throw that ball quite like Michael Penix. The amount of velocity, the tight spiral, all the way across the field and deep to 80-plus yards. The guy's got an arm that's unique, and it's why Atlanta made that pick at number 8.
It's Algier on 3rd. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Wilson now, 1st and 10. He's throwing deep to the left side. They connect on the deep shot. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins go up 6-0 here in the first. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Hope you weren't settled in to call a long drive there, partner, because only took him a matter of seconds to go all 80 yards and hit pay dirt.
Are you kidding me? I love big plays just like everybody in the building loves big plays, and it took all of them. The guys up front doing their job, and certainly the playmakers to finish it.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the second time. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Penix working from the gun. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, you can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be Dolphins football. Receiver in motion, headed right. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They kick the running back in motion. From the 26 on 2nd down. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. On play action now, Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Starts his return from the 23. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will take over. Penix now on 1st down. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. From the shotgun, Penix. Into traffic, complete! And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Ashton Davis there on the stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Penix here from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. And again, it's Penix. Got a man, it's London. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play action. Here's Penix. He beams one deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one's complete to London. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. On the move, headed. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run can be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing. But it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything, and this defense just proved he couldn't.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Only a couple there, hoping obviously for considerably more, and that's going to bring up 3rd and very long. Penix now. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The kick by Lutz is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Washington now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Now Wilson on the play fake. He's going deep. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
2nd down carry for Achane. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They've got a man in motion. Wilson throwing 3rd and 1. He completes it in traffic. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Wilson on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So 2nd down coming up. They run the counter to Achane. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Toss play left, Achane. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Wilson now off the play action. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete, and that brings up third down. Wilson. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Penix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. To the air with Penix. Throw reeled in by London. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And they had that one contained right at the line. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he's going to effort this from his own goal line. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Taken in by Smith. And he gets him around 6 there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of 1. 7-3 is our score. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have it, 2nd and 4. First throw for the backup now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand if thinking that play was just a nothing burger. because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun. Right, reels it in. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Aubrey puts it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Jones. Dump off caught by his back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Right, running out of the gun. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's going to be caught by Washington. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing now off play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
It's taken in by Washington. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
2nd and 15. Got Washington. It's complete. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Braylon Trice there to meet him.
Kate, I could feel by your body language and the call that you saw exactly what I saw, and that was a big uh-oh. It's one of the nice things of having a bird's eye view on these screens. You can see it coming at the field. In the field level, you get lost, but not up here. You knew that play was doomed from the start.
And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now a give running right. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Here we go, second and very long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back, third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. They're a rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Aubrey puts it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Fielded at the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They're down 10 as they take over. We've got a 13-3 ball game. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jones. Setting up the running back screen. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third down, Jones to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They give to McClellan from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw by Jones. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Willie Gay there on the tackle. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Again, Jones to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Jones throwing on fourth. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential first down.
Back to throw on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Running back, motioning right. 2nd and 10 now. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. They go play action here. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They run in from the gun with right. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll throw it. Has a man, it's Brown. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. All set up now for 1st and 10. He's gonna throw this one. Got his target, it's Hill. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
That's called the quarterback's best friend, Kate. Gains like that on the screen aren't possible without everyone doing their job. One missed assignment is the difference between a big gain and being dropped for a loss.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Looking for somewhere to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They are throwing it again. The Falcons getting close, and they take him down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. They're throwing it. Able to find right. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Aubrey puts it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons offense returning to the field a final time before the half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. Jones on 1st down. Escapes out Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. So we've reached the half of this preseason opener. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The preseason is upon us as these two teams get things rolling. They'll have 2 more games after this to get ready before week 1 comes our way. It'll be here before you know it. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed. They'll watch the second half with the shoulder pads off, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back
Sanders
out
all set
to
to
Kate
send
Scott.
it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they've played on their side of the ball.
On first down, it's Jones to throw. Completed over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Willie Gay there on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Short pass brought in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Jones. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
McClellan running behind center. He's contained at the line for no gain. Willie Gay there on the tackle. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Throwing from the gun here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And the fair catch secured here at the 16. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Has the connection to right. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. But let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Connecting on the slant. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Back now, pressure on its way. Forced out to his Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
A give to McClellan on the inside handoff. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Jones now to throw. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Airing it out to start this drive. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and just 2 to go. Pass play coming here. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock, because safety really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. First down throw by Jones. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone there, Brock, and unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Well, you know me. I don't ever mind aggressiveness. I think it empowers your quarterback, empowers that offensive huddle. But you also got to know, as a quarterback, if you call a pass play, you got to do your job. And doing your job means avoiding a safety in that circumstance.
That's taken at the 15. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The Miami offense headed out there now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's a give inside to right. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They run again with right. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one gains 7. And it'll be first down, Miami.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's 3rd down now. Here's a throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They motion the tight end over. First down from the red zone. Wright reels it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They send the tight end in motion. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back. Well, when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
Here's a return from the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. From the gun, they go with McClellan. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
From the shotgun, it's Jones. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. He's got a man left. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Second down now, 7 to go. Play fake, Jones. Hits his running back. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Again, Jones to the air. He fires one deep down the middle. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They are in great shape here as we wind down this third quarter. They've got a 3-score lead. Another, that could put this just too far out of reach. Running behind center with Wright. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. First down, he takes the snap. It's taken in by Washington. And that's good for a gain of 5. D. Alford getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll send him over right. Wright gets it, headed right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Has a man, it's Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They go play fake with Jones. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. He's on the... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
4th and forever coming up. Working from the gun, here's Jones. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Now a run with Wright. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here's a give for Wright. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Putting the tight end in motion. Third and long for him here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will take over. Back out runs their offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Jones. Hits him on the in route. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first. Here's Jones. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. They are throwing it again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing it again here. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
He takes it himself. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Jones now to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Another snap from the 8 here in 2nd and goal. To throw, here's Jones. The back's got it.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Now a handoff to McClellan. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now, but will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Opportunity here for this defense if they can make this stop on 3rd and goal. Jones looking to throw. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. So now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that lowers the deficit to 15.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Washington now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Dolphins are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Play action on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Tight end going in motion here. They'll throw on 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
They'll throw it again. Got Washington. It's complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now right. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He's dropping back to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And now they face 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Complete over the middle. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here's Jones to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Throwing here, Jones. Escapes the pocket. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Fits it through the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Jones on first down. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Complete out to the right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Hits his running back. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On first down, it's Jones to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Falcons trail by 15. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Again, Jones to the air. That one's complete, right side. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Gets out of trouble. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. To throw. Escapes his grasp. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's right on the carry. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Second down now, 7 to go. Right again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He's got a man left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.